Good afternoon, friends. I am Indrajit Bhattacharya. I am from International Institute of Health Management Research. We are under Indian Institute of Health Management Research Society, 26 years old, based out of Jaipur. My talk today is on defining trends in imaging, in diagnostics and imaging, and my pitch is not towards the Maxes and the Sahara hospitals which have been shown in the previous session. My pitch is more towards the rural tier 2, tier 3 less fortunate hospitals which do not have the access to technology. So I start off with definitions, which is HIS, RIS and PACS. Is hospital information systems tracks the patient throughout the hospital stay, text-based. Radiology information systems is examinations to the Department of Radiology, which is again text-based. And picture archival and communication contains the image-based information in the Department of Radiology. Obviously, if we see without the IT, we had the printed films which took a longer workflow process, and with the help of coming of IT and PACS, we have done away with the print, picture-based radiology and the reporting system, doing away and faster work processes which you see. So the workflow improvement has happened, and with the RIS PACS, several facets has been taken off, and we have reached a faster workflow. The technology components are there on the left hand side with the imaging modalities, ultrasound, CR, CTMRs and advanced clinical applications, and the RIS PACS, short-term storage, archiving, web, as well as diagnostic clinical workstations on the left hand side. And on the right hand side we have the functions of RIS PACS modalities, the advanced applications showing the functions. So the PACS provides a platform for digital workflow solution for radiology. And this slide shows how we have moved from the modality archive to department workflow to the enterprise workflow systems of the current generation, moving on from the standalone workstation to the enterprise image management, having the advanced applications, the integrated RIS, PACS and workstations, and access to the web. So what we have done is we have done away with the time frame which was earlier without the RIS, PACS of 1 week's time to less than hours time, with streamlined radiology and hospital workflow, electronic linkages with the referring community, reduced material and labor costs and increased equipment utilization. So PACS driving the digitization of radiology workflow. So if we see the output, what are the results of PACS? We've seen 66% reduction in reporting time, 80% reduction in film usage and 30% reduction in full-time equivalents, that is the human resources, lesser human resource timing required, which has led to tremendous benefits from workflow optimization. This slide shows towards the PACS database, which has access to the web, to other hospital departments and clinics, and with the earlier, the limited access which was there to the medical record has become faster, and complex ordering and scheduling processes has been reduced with paper-based processes, lessening of paper-based processes with other hospital departments. And integrated radiology workflow has also led to voice recognition and application integration, leading to tighter end-to-end digital integration in the radiology department. The direct database integration between the RIS and PACS has led to simpler systems, eliminating the broker, automated table updates, IHE compliant workflows, and fewer points of failure. So now we have a single monitor giving access to the internet, to the PACS work list, to detailed patient demographics, to patient EMRs, to patient reports and online requisitions. The environment has led to a double-digit growth in the multi-slide procedures, growth in functional imaging, shortage of radiologists we already have, which is 8% decline in radiologists in the residency since early 90s, which was just mentioned by my previous speaker, has led to an integrated radiologist cockpit with the next generation solutions having the legacy HIS, the computer-aided detection and image matching, the specialized post-processing clinical applications, as well as the integrated RIS, PACS and EMR. So what are the standards which are involved in this? The three main standards are the DICOM, the HL7 and the IHE profiles. The DICOM stands for Digital Imaging, Communication in Medicine, the Health Level 7 and Integrating Health Enterprise. The DICOM is for image-based information protocol used for PACS and digital imaging modalities. The HL7 is the text-based information protocol typically used by HIS and RIS, and integrating healthcare enterprises enhances access to clinical information, ensures continuity and integrity of patient information, speeds up the integration in healthcare environments, and fosters communication between vendors of medical IT. This is the IHE systems transaction overview, which we have several processes and showing up the HIS, RIS, and the PACS integrated with each other. This shows the RIS workflow, which has the following processes, which goes from the patient demographics, visit information, etc., from the HIS to the RIS and the PACS. And while on the way back, the feedback is the image availability status, the web images, and the examination status, related billing information and reports. So what are the trends of diagnostics and imaging? The mainstream trends are the cloud computing, which again in the previous session it was delved in on this subject, internet access to radiology information, and the use of computer-aided detection and other tools to cut cost and manage workload. Importance of the 3D applications, and in the personalized radiology front, right selection of test, correct performance of test, correct interpretation of data, rapid distribution of data, and disease-based workflow management. Now this is a slide which I have borrowed from the Sectoral Innovation Committee, which has just given the report to the Planning Commission report on the health, which shows we have Dr. Pankaj Gupta, who is here as the consultant to the NHSRC, who has given the suggestion to the Planning Commission for this kind of a framework for health information exchanges at the state level and the National Health Information Network at the central level to build an e-health authority, setting standards, get the architecture right, integration across the systems, ICT for quality of care, and capacity building. Right from the previous speaker, Dr. Bachani has told that a lot of these suggestions have been agreed upon and will see the light of the day in the coming days. In the capacity building front, IHMR in a very small way has been contributing to the healthcare IT. We have done about 3 batches in healthcare IT in specialization. We have joined hands with the Indian Association of Medical Informatics to develop the programs of specialization, and we just got nominated in the 2011 for the Best Civil Society Development Agency for health IT. And we have received the feedback for definitely lack of trained people in health IT and acutely need for implementing enterprise level health IT solutions to increase access and reach of healthcare. We have signed an agreement with Taipei Medical University, and Dr. Lele just was in the previous session just spoke about the Taiwan model, where in each and every person of Taiwan has their own smart card and the entire electronic health record inside the smart card. So we have done an MOU with Taipei Medical University for strengthening the health IT courses and research. We are going to launch in July 2012 a 2 years health informatics specialized program with 60% courses focused on the health informatics. So I leave with this slide. Can I have my images automatically opened in 2D, 3D, 4D, depending on the case complexity? And can I use advanced applications to diagnose my cases right now, right here, right now? I think the answers are yes. Thank you very much.